Well, hello and a very warm welcome to all the listeners, viewers on Cricket 360. I'm your host, Dr. Nilesh Mehta, joined by Sharvil Majmudar from
Hello.
Ahmedabad, Professor Anand Desai from the city of Mumbai, and of course, Archan Mehta from the Bay Area in California. Professor has a bit of a sore throat, so those of you who have heard Henry Blofeld talk, we will probably get a bit of Henry Blofeld when Professor talks. In fact, let me just dive in right now with the professor. Professor, uh, first of all, welcome to all of you. Uh, you live in Mumbai. Mumbai Indians are playing today in Ahmedabad. Of course, it's a rain event that is dominating the news at the moment. But think about this. This is a team that started off by losing 4 out of their first 5 matches and then put together, stitch a 6 game winning streak, which is the highest in the IPL history. What is it about your team, Professor, the Mumbai Indians, that somehow figures out a way to get into the playoffs? And of course, they have won the championship 5 times. So, are we
Yeah,
looking at a potential 6th trophy for the Mumbai Indians?
yeah. First of all, thanks for having me, uh, and good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Good morning to everyone around listening to us. When it comes to Mumbai Indians, they've been there, done that, as they say, and so you never count them out. They know how to play the big moments because they've been there, and they know how to play the big moments well. So. Certainly, I think certainly for them, it's been the highest winning streak. Just that the highest winning streak ever is held by KKR, 2014 when they won 9 games in a row, and then of course if you count the 2015 first game, 10 games in a row. But that they didn't need to actually after they won 6 games in a row, and then they were on a roll. They were looking like the side that has won all those titles earlier. So you with Mumbai Indians, you never count them out. You never count them. You always They're always in the mix once they make the playoffs. So they are a dangerous side. Everyone knows that, and as Gujarat Titans found out the other day.
Yeah. Archan, you are a big Virat Kohli fan, and you would certainly be hoping that we have a new winner. And there is some parity within the IPL where new teams emerge and hoist the trophy. Virat Kohli, Ravi Shastri recently has made a statement, is the most influential cricketer of the decade. How likely do you think, Archan, that Virat Kohli will be the one on the podium
I
come
mean,
June 3rd?
good morning, doctor, everybody. Virat Kohli, of course, represents RCB. The RCB fans have waited for 9 years now that, they are partying like, 2016 is all over again, right? It's been very fascinating story for Virat Kohli, of course, with the big retirement news in Test cricket, but scoring at close to 500, 600 runs every single season that he has been there, of past 10 10 to 12 years, right? About 9 of them. So that's very, very fascinating. The team has played really well. It's backed by the likes of Hazelwood, who has hit, who has done test match type bowling. The spinners in terms of Suya Sharma, who's spinning the web with his wrong ones. The likes of Yash Dayal, from the top with Phil Salt and Virat Kohli to the bowling. We always knew that RCB was super heavy in terms of their batting, but this time around, the trick that they have done is get it right at the auction table, get all the bowlers that they need to defend the scores, and they've been killing it. And if Virat Kohli lit some match, Salt's threw it in the fireworks factory, right? So he's just is getting improved game by game. KKR might be thinking that they let Salt go was a mistake. So I think for RCB, let's, as they say, a cup naam de, which is, this cup belongs to us. I'm rooting for the people for the sportsmen in red.
Sharvil, you of course live in Ahmedabad, follow Gujarat Titans very closely.
Yes,
They always say catches win matches. It's a common adage that we use in cricket.
yes,
And
yes.
if one were to recall the Gujarat Titans match at Wankhede back against MI, they had dropped 5 catches. The most recent match we saw, you dropped Rohit Sharma twice in the same innings, and you pay a price. What do you think after ending up at number 3 in the table? Collectively, what do you think was your assessment about the Gujarat Titans, Sharvil?
I feel Gujarat Titans played very well throughout the tournament. In fact, they exceeded the expectations. Though I had counted them in top two, but in my heart I knew that they are not a very strong team. They are a top heavy team. They're three or four top order batsmen used to score runs for them. And the moment Butler left, that made a huge difference because if you lose a player like Butler, you are losing two players. You are losing a wicketkeeper par excellence. You are losing a great T20 player, and also his strategizing skills, etc., would have helped Gill. So I think that did not help GT. And to be fair, MI was a more better team than GT overall. If you see man to man on paper, MI is too powerful, and GT found that out that day.
And of course, uh, your captain, Shubman Gill, is also going to be captaining the test squad that is
Yes,
going to be
yes,
playing 5 test series. So that's a great boost
yes.
for the young man as well. Your thoughts
Yes, in
on
fact, yeah. So I, in fact, felt that handing over captaincy to Gill during the midst of IPL might have also contributed to his slump in form because there are too many things on his plate. There is already an India A game going on against England A. So naturally, half of his mind would be occupied in what's happening there. Then he has to captain GT in a qualifier. So, but it's tremendous. I mean, Gill, if you recollect our first show of IPL, I think few of us had seen this coming that Gill might captain India soon. Though nobody had anticipated Kohli and Rohit retiring so early, but this was writing on the wall because Bumrah is unlikely to play all Test matches.
and
So I'm very happy for GT that they performed quite well, and Gill is now leading India.
and I just certainly want your opinion on this young man Sai Sudarshan. I mean, he's made
Oh,
his
brilliant!
way.
He is
You followed him closely.
brilliant.
Your thoughts on the
Yes,
that
yes.
emerging
I,
talent?
I watched three matches at the stadium, and let me tell you that Sai Sudarshan's straight drive is one of the best I've ever seen. His straight drive is it reminds me of Sachin Tendulkar or Sunil Gavaskar straight. It's very good, and I think he's technically very sound batsman. He's like a poetry in motion. I think Harsha Boglia, some other commentator, had said that he's like a poetry in motion. He's too good. And I'm so happy that he has come good in T20 version also because you see him and you feel that he's a player who will do well in 50-over format or test match format. But so happy to see him having the orange cap this year. And I wish him all the best for the England tour. And I think it's crucial for our success in England.
Yeah. Panthil has joined us also. Panthil, welcome to Cricket 360. Panthil,
Thank
the
you.
match at the moment is under a cloud of rain and is likely to be postponed. But Punjab Kings, 9-4, sitting at the top of the table, now really have to play well. And your thoughts on the match is about to start, and of course the RCB, how things are placed at the moment.
According to me, for Punjab Kings, they have been a real revelation. I really hope that they win and they qualify for the finals, so that we have a new winner. Same for Bangalore. So both the teams, I think they have played exceptionally well. As far as Punjab is concerned, the role of Ricky Ponting, I think he has played a major role in this entire season. And being such a great player himself, I believe he must have played some role for this good performance of the team. And well, MI, of course, they are looking good and they are always good once they qualify for the playoffs. It is like Australia. Once you either beat them before they qualify for the semifinals or they win the World Cup. So similar is for MI. But I think my heart would say that I don't want MI to win just because they have won it so many times. So we want to see a new winner. And once GT is not in the playoffs, so well, for me personally, it hardly matters whoever wins. But for the cricketing fraternity, I will be happy if a new team wins. Of course, GT having not qualified, I was about to say that I would not like to join today. I was so sad. But ultimately, we have to see the cricket and the IPL tournament as it is. It's a wonderful tournament, and the love for cricket has made me join your
Yeah.
Zoom meeting today. Though I am
Your
not in Hyderabad.
your facial expressions do tell me how depressed you really are, Panthil. And our
Yeah,
hearts,
I have even not
our
shaved since the day when GT lost. I have
yeah,
not shaved.
yeah. I really feel for you, and the city of
By the way,
Ahmedabad.
so sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. MI's captain is also a former GT captain, so Panthil can be happy.
Yeah, I mean, is that why you kind of ran away from the country and vacationing somewhere in Europe? From what I saw on the internet, is that true?
Well,
I think so.
no, that's not so. But the only thing is that I think that GT probably missed Butler. I really missed Butler. And well, as far as going further to your question about Punjab and Bangalore, I think that both of them have been really a big surprise. When we started the show, I think no one had predicted that these two teams would be there till the end and finishing on top two or top three. So it's really good for IPL that the two new teams, or rather the teams which were not playing so well in earlier editions, have played well, and I'm happy for both the teams.
Yeah,
I'm so
I want.
glad
Especially
that
for Virat Kohli, being a Kohli fan, I would also be happy if they lift the trophy.
I'm so glad that I did not have any qualms when Pujara was batting with respect to my shaving, because if he would have because I figured if Pujara back and bat forever, and by the end of the test match I would have grown a beard.
Yeah, well, on the other hand, ever since Mumbai has been lifting trophy after trophy, Professor never shaved, so he keeps on growing his beard. So we have this
Yes.
extremes of shaving and not shaving. But I want to bring everybody into this one new point. Is about this domination in sport for a team or a country. You go back to the West Indies, how the fast bowlers just dominated the cricket scene. Then Australia dominated the cricket scene for so many years. And you look in the IPL, Chennai and Mumbai. This I'll start off with Professor and then get to everybody. Your quick thoughts on you already have mentioned that the same team winning multiple times. That streak ought to be broken somewhere. Not because they are lucky or good or bad, but the other teams, they did not pick the right. They don't have the right chemistry, the right team, whatever it may be. But just let me start with Professor. Talk about this parity and domination for decades. What was general
Yeah.
thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's if the dominance is on fairgrounds, then nobody. I mean, it's you give it to them. Look, I mean, with IPL, unlike other franchise sports, there's parity because the cap the auction cap money is the same for everyone. This year it's been raised to 120 crores. It's the same for everyone, right? So within that, everyone has to then buy whoever they can. And if the auction strategy is good, then they then that is one part of it. Of course, the other part of it is how do you make the most of it. And Mumbai Indians, speaking of Mumbai Indians, they're a well-oiled machine. They're a very they're a very strong system in place. You almost seem that the backroom support and all of that, they're able to buy the best. Let me just put it that way, right? So I mean, they have a very strong system in place. You can buy the best, and but you still need to make it happen out there, and they seem to have that. So you don't mind if your heart says that there should be everyone should be on an equal footing in terms of results. Your heart always says that, and which is why we are rooting for either Punjab Kings or RCB this year. But if it is on fair grounds, I don't think anyone minds it. CSK, they've earned it on their own. Mumbai Indians, they've earned it on their own. KKR, they've earned it, and so nobody minds that. But if it's on unfair grounds. If let's say, if you had the purse was different, let's say somebody was able to just spend a lot of money and buy as much as you could, then that would be different. So that's my view.
Archan,
Also, just to
yeah,
interrupt on
Panthil.
MI, I believe that the role of Mahela Jayawardene, he has been also phenomenal. In fact, he has been very not in the limelight so much, but in behind closed doors, what he has been doing is showing on the field, I believe. So we must not forget the role of Jayawardene as far as MI is concerned.
Well, that certainly adds to the flavor of that dominance, because, as Professor said, you need to have your key ingredients in the right place.
And I
Right.
think Jayawardene was not there last year, probably with MI, and they brought him back probably this year,
Yeah,
if I'm not wrong.
Boucher. In fact, the last 2 years it was Boucher, and then they replaced him. Actually, they brought because Mahela Jayawardene actually was, as you all know, Mumbai Indians is a global franchise now, right? So they have bought teams across in franchise cricket across the world, and so. Jayawardene is playing a bigger role, was playing a bigger role. He had been elevated to a slightly bigger role to look at franchises all across. But given
Right.
Mumbai Indians, what they did over here, what they were doing over here, they had to actually bring him back.
Right. Professor is absolutely right, because he was in the US
Elevated.
during the major he was in the US during the Major League Cricket for his
Yeah.
MI New York team, which is where I met him last time. But let's move on to Archan and Sharvil on the same thought about parity, dominance. Archan, your quick thoughts?
No, I mean, sports dynasty are proof that winning is a habit, right? For everyone else, that everyone else forgot their alarm clock. In terms of MI, I think there are like I feel there are three or four kind of topics in my head. One is the scouting team finds talent, before anybody does. They have
Very
a
true.
solid scouting system. Second, with respect to their winning ways, right? There's no question that Rohit Sharma's captaincy, it's chill like a fridge and clutch like a final over. I mean, he's really good in terms of his captaincy, and in terms of the reason why the likes of Mumbai or CSK have been in these winning habits is keeping their core, right, in keeping the core team of players, call it the likes of Hardik Pandya, Bumrah, Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav. The Indian core has been so solid in both, whether you call it MI in this case or even in CSK, has been so solid that there are players who kind of do rotate in and around, but given the core is so solid, it's been that they found habits of winning these huge games. And it's like your friend's Netflix password, right? They just won't let it go, their
Yeah.
winning habits.
and others like to share. But Sharvil,
Yes, yes. So
the MI team.
I'll
Let's go back just a few months ago. This whole controversy about Hardik Pandya coming from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, Rohit Sharma captain or no captain, Rohit Sharma now not the captain, Hardik Pandya the captain. In spite of all of this drama and how poorly their public relations handled that situation,
true, true.
they
Yeah,
somehow have been able to elevate themselves. So there is some secret to their
I'll
formula.
tell you this. So
Tell me the
I
secret.
need to
Yes,
ask. I'll need to ask you three questions for that. To answer your question, I want to ask you three questions. The first question is, who, as per you, is the best T20 batter for India? Surya Kumar Yadav, I think. Who
correct.
is
Yes.
he not?
That would be a
Then
fair statement.
who as per you is the best T20 all rounder for India?
Probably Hardik
Hardik.
Pandya. Yeah,
And who, as per you, is the best
and
T20 bowler in the world?
I would say that Jasprit Bumrah.
So when you have these three players, the team is bound to perform well. They are the strongest team, and you should give credit to them for picking this combination. I mean, they are playing fair on the field. I was in fact amazed by a interview of Ashwin where he said he was surprised how lucky MI was, but MI is making its own luck. And that is the reason that if you have the best T20 all rounder of the country in your team, if you have the best T20 batter of the country in your team, if you have the best T20 bowler in the world in your team, if you have Rohit Sharma who led India before 6 months to T20 World Cup victory, if you have somebody like Tilak Verma who is the best upcoming T20 batter for India, then just look at the combination of the team. I think your answers which you gave to the three questions are the answer
Yeah.
to your question.
And I just want to make Archan Mehta happy too because Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar is also in the dugout behind the scenes,
And
guiding
one more
whoever.
news. One more news. The match is starting at 9:45 Indian local time, and therefore the only thing that could have defeated MI was rain.
Right.
So MI has probably defeated rain and virtually won the IPL. That is what I feel.
Yeah. Let's, on that note, we want to end the show. We certainly want to thank all of you joining us. Professor Desai from Mumbai, Sharvil from Ahmedabad, Archan from California, and Panthil from
Yeah. So
Europe.
now I'm
I think
ready
that
to
is
watch the IPL in Europe. You know, Hamburg also. I'm watching IPL.
But why are you
right.
watching MI's wickets? You should watch that.
All right.
Match is now going to start. Of course, the
Thank you
weather
all.
is lovely. Still, I will watch the match.
Thank you all for joining.